Hey everybody, it's Dr. Lisa here, and I wanted to talk with you guys about personal branding. And the reason I wanted to talk about that is over the last couple of weeks, I have just been hooked on Mad Men. Both my husband David and I, we just got hooked on that show because my brother was telling me and my mother when we were watching Netflix one day that we really need to watch Mad Men because it's just such an amazing time period piece. The thing that strikes me most about Mad Men is not so much about the booze and the smoking and the philandering that goes wrong. It's more I love is how they did advertising back then in the 60s, and a lot of those principles are true today, even today. And by the way, my favorite character on Mad Men is Peggy Olson and how she comes up with the ideas on how she can relate a product and tell a story and putting out that brand. It's just truly thrilling to watch from that perspective. So I want to just share with you today that there are five characteristics that when we develop our brand is really important. And it's especially true today with the rise of social media. Like a product brand, your personal brand is going to tell people who you are and what value you bring to the world. Now, your personal brand is your reputation, and it's essential to take control of it, whether you're growing a business or you're a job hunter and looking to find a job, especially in this troubled economy. Now, I want to go over right now what these five characteristics of a personal brand are. First, the brand needs to be consistent. All of your actions should be consistent with your brand image. You'll become known for something that you always do and when you shouldn't stray too far from it. When you're consistent, it shows that you're reliable and this helps to establish your credibility. When you're inconsistent, this creates a disconnect which is not conducive to branding. Although you should be consistent, please remember that your personal brand isn't static. It should evolve over time. The second characteristic that your personal brand needs to have is that it's got to be unique. Uniqueness is key because your brand needs to set you apart from everybody else. However, you don't want to force uniqueness by trying to be something that you're not. Instead, look for your natural qualities that are unique to you. Don't create it, discover it. What's your passion? What are you particularly good at? What makes you different? Look for those things that you don't see in others. The third characteristic of a stellar personal brand is that it must be personal. The personality of a business brand is more important to its fans than its actual products or services. This is no different from your personal brand. Show your personality as much as possible, especially when interacting with people online. Most people want to be seen as a friendly, generous, helpful expert. Spend your time connecting with others and learning from them. The fourth characteristic of a stellar personal brand is that you must make it memorable. Memorability is probably the most important characteristic needed for personal branding. Even if you're the world's greatest blogger, if no one remembers your name 10 seconds later, your branding has essentially failed. Highlight a small number of attributes or skills and don't try to be the master at everything. These few things that you really excel at will become linked to you in the minds of others. Be brazenly different and go against the grain. It will make you a leader rather than a follower. The final characteristic of a stellar personal brand is that you must be clear. Make sure everything you produce shouts out loud what it is you do, what value you offer, and how you're unique. Don't make people think about it, and don't be subtle. Tell the world what it needs to know about you in as few carefully chosen words as possible. Personal branding is a relatively new concept, and there isn't a textbook that's going to tell you how to do it. The best way to work on your brand is to watch and learn. Identify those who brand themselves well and follow them. Study what they do and learn to do it yourself. Pay especially close attention to how their words and actions are consistent, clear, personable, and memorable. Well, that's all for today, and I'll talk to you soon. In the meantime, start working on your brand. Bye now.